Well, just north of Melbourne in Daytona, streets are already underwater. The worst yet to come, with a storm surge, as you heard Janice mention, of at least 11 feet expected.
Let's turn now to Leland Vittard. He's live with the Daytona Beach Police Chief. Leland.
Ladies, good morning. The rain has certainly gotten a lot more significant over the past hour or so. I want to bring in Chief Chitwood of the Daytona Beach Police, soon to be Volusia County Sheriff. Chief, give us a sense. Earlier you said it's not a matter of if but when people die in this storm. Is it still that serious?
That's the way we feel right now. I mean, the way we're seeing the weather reports is whether the eye wobbles inland or outland, out to the sea, is going to make a huge difference for us.
Give us a sense. I mean, we're 100 yards from the beach. How bad is it compared to how you've seen things in the past?
This is probably one of the worst storms in the last 10 years that we've seen, and we have not seen the eye come near us yet. That's supposed to happen around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Around 8 a.m. is when we're supposed to see the hurricane force winds come in. As you can see, they're picking up. The rain's picking up. We've got some trees and power lines down now. So we're hanging in there and hoping that this thing turns a little bit further out to the east, which will give us a little bit of break.
So fair to say this is the beginning of the beginning.
This is the beginning of the beginning.
And even if as we look behind you, this is still pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, still, we're looking at 45-mile-an-hour winds right now. You're looking at the rain. You're looking at the tidal surge hasn't hit yet. We have high tide coming. You know, we ask everybody to stay off the streets, and hopefully we're going to keep power here. Right now we have no power outages, which is great. A few down trees, a few down power lines, but the worst is yet to come.
How bad is that combination? Janice Dean has been talking a lot about that it's not so much the wind, which obviously is the number to talk about, but it's that storm surge. And we have this delicate dance going on between the storm surge and high tide both hitting at the same time.
It's going to be like a flash flood from what they're telling us. You may see nothing now, and within a matter of minutes, you can have 5 feet of water. What
does that mean for your police officers? I know that you've called in 20-hour shifts and those kinds of things, but what does that kind of danger mean for them?
You can't get caught in that current. We are basically going to be on lockdown on high ground when that situation comes about. We won't be able to get to you. That's what the importance was of evacuating.
You know, at 6 o'clock last night, we were seeing people out on the beach taking selfies, those kinds of things. Do you get the sense that in the hours after that, as the sun went down, people heeded yours and the governor's admonitions?
I think people started to take advice as they started to see what was going on in the rest of the state of Florida, that, you know what, it's time to hunker down, or if not, evacuate.
So when we talk about the flooding, though, it's not necessarily the rain that's coming down. It's this storm surge that's coming in. Is that an issue both here out on the outer line islands and then also back on the mainland?
Yeah, it's all connected. It's all connected. We won't be able to pump water out of the mainland to get it out of there. So everything's going to come in and it's going to go back into the mainland. And we are in a bowl. Daytona Beach is basically in a bowl. So you will have areas that will fill up quickly.
This is such an unusual hurricane in that it is moving up the coast, so it's pushing the water all the way up rather than just coming inland and taking what they call a bullseye or a direct hit. Give us a sense of what that's meaning for the storm surge, that all of this water is being pushed all the way up from West Palm Beach, from Melbourne, from here.
That's why they're saying we're looking at a 12-foot storm surge, just for that reason. That water is going to be pushed in, and you have high tide on top of that, and you have the waves on top of that. It's going to create a potential hazard here.
All right. So far, no injuries?
So far, no injuries.
All right. You and your men stay safe. Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it. Ladies, back to you.
All right, Leland, great interview there. It looks so bad, and yet, as he said, just the beginning of this. So.